Revenge films.
My name is Caden Oliver, and I'm just an ordinary office man. But I still am in a relationship. But my girlfriend's been acting cold towards me recently. Wondering if I've done anything wrong, I decided to ask her the matter. Her name is Reagan, and she does clerical work at the same company where I work. Hey, you seem cold these days, and I was wondering if I did anything wrong. In response to my question, she replied rather cantankerously if I really had no idea, which my answer was no, of course. That's exactly why I was worried, and at a loss for what to do. And then she started to explain everything thoroughly.
You never talk about your family, do you, Caden? You never brought me to meet your parents.
I detect resentment in her face as she said so. Could she mean that for that reason she couldn't trust me? But there was a sound reason for my silence on the matter. To tell the truth, my family's a bit complicated, and I was gonna tell her after seeing how things go. I was about to tell her that, but she cut me off and went on.
Listen, after we parted on our date the other day, I started to follow you.
Eh?
And I saw you go into an old, ominous house.
Oh, but that's...
I didn't think your family was that poor, Caden, and I don't fancy poor guys at all.
I couldn't believe my ears. She never seemed like the kind of girl who would say something like that. Needless to say, I was shocked. But she wasn't done yet. She said that because of my mild-mannered personality and neat appearance, she thought I'd come from a decent family, and decided to be together with me. But when she opened Pandora's box, it was merely split checks on dates, except on special occasions. And she was unhappy about presents, and the fact I only gave some on her birthday or on anniversaries.
Ugh, honestly, I've made a big mistake. I thought you had more money than that.
So you were looking at me that way this whole time?
Yes, I was. So let's call it off, all right? We'll both get only sadder and more uncomfortable if we stay together.
It was a hard decision to make, but I decided to go along with what she said. Who would have thought she was that kind of girl? Seeing her as someone who judges people by their looks and their money made me see her in a different light. And I felt somewhat depressed. I truly loved Reagan, but I felt that those feelings had been betrayed, and I plunged to a pretty low point. However, a year later, spring came back to my doorstep. I became a couple with a girl by the name of Madeline, who worked in general affairs. Unlike Reagan, she didn't just judge people based on their money. She consoled me after she found out about her betrayal.
Mr. Caden, would you mind if you were with me?
Huh? She was so kind. She was always all smiles by my side whenever I needed someone. We sometimes fought, but that was also because we cared about each other deeply. Thanks to Madeline, I was able to get back on my feet, and my rough life went back to smooth sailing. After a while, though, Reagan called for me.
Hey, Caden, what's the meaning of this?
What now all of a sudden? I'm busy. My feelings for her had already gone stone cold, and I was about to disregard her presence and head home. But she was stubborn, I must say.
What's with that personnel reshuffle? You never told me you were the son of the CEO.
Yeah, I am. Because it'd be easier for me to be its successor, the staff system will change soon. Yep, I've been hiding the fact that I am the son of the CEO of this company from everyone. The reason was simple. If people knew, they would treat me differently and behave around in a completely unnatural way. So I kept quiet for 3 years as I worked, until I found the right time to tell everyone. And the preparations to become the true CEO had begun. As for Reagan, my family personally asked me to know more about her before I told her everything. In the end, though, they were absolutely right. I would only experience guilt and regret if I told her my true colors before we broke up.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was about to when you interrupted me, you know. Of course, I was gonna tell her that very day. But before I did, I realized who she really was as a person and never got the chance again. And so I gave up on telling her.
Well, what then? Did Madeline know about this?
Yeah, I told Madeline a little while ago.
Then why were you living in that, outhouse?
I explained everything to her. since she finally asked. The house she saw was the old quarters of my grandfather. He's bought a new house in another part of town where 3 generations of his family currently live. As for why the heck I was going in and out of that old outhouse, it's going to be demolished, and we had to get a bunch of old belongings out of there. It belonged to my grandfather, who founded the company, and it would spell disaster if we mistakenly destroyed some documents in the demolition process. And sorting through everything took lots of time, so I often stayed the night there too. After I was done explaining, she exclaimed again, "Why didn't you tell me?" "That's because you said what you said before you gave me a chance."
What do you mean by that? Oh, honestly, you're such an idiot for doing things like this. But I'll forgive you just this once.
Huh?
How about we start over, yeah?
Exactly like the year before, I couldn't believe my ears. What the hell is this doty girl talking about? I truly wondered how she had the audacity to say such a thing after everything that had happened. Reagan started to tell me to break up with Madeline. When she said that such a girl is only after your money and not you for who you are, I nearly blurted out, "Who gave you the right to say that?" But I have no intention of breaking up with her at all. I was absolutely certain that Madeline was a more wonderful person compared to Reagan. Above all else, her attitude pissed me off for real. What are you talking about? Aren't you the one who dumped me?
That was because I wasn't satisfied. You never told me some more private things about yourself.
I remembered my resentment towards Reagan with her goody two-shoes lies. She just double confirmed that this hog was after money and nothing else. That's why I rejected her coldly. You'll forgive me, but I'm thinking about marrying Madeline. Unlike you, she's a wonderful girl. Even if I didn't give her many presents, she told me that just being with me made her so happy.
She's only saying that to trick you. Don't believe her, darling. Wake up.
No. You need to wake up to the truth that you frowned upon and then threw away a poor man who would become this company's next CEO.
Hang on. Wait, please. Let's start over. You're still in love with me, right?
She wouldn't let me go as she said so, but I left as I ignored her. After the reshuffling, my job changed too. I was now at peace. Or so I thought. Reagan had started to harass Madeline. She perhaps thought if Madeline left the company, she would still have a chance with me. But the company found out about the harassment, and her boss severely lectured her on the matter. When I thought the nightmare finally blew over, she then started to stalk me. At every possible opportunity, she approached me and pestered me to start over with her. But I never wanted to, and I eventually reported her to the police. She wasn't arrested, but was instead let off with a warning. But once the company found out, and after considering the recurring problems she was causing, she was fired. Later on, she found a job through an acquaintance of hers. There, she targeted the young CEO, and after resuming her stalker behavior for a while, this time she was arrested. I don't know what happened to her after that, but if you ask me, I doubt she's living a life anywhere near decent. As for me, Mr. CEO, sir! Congratulations! Yes, thank you! I was promoted to CEO, and I'm working my ass off. Our results show a lot of promise. Because of the more recent changes, the employees were happy with their jobs, declaring the enterprise a white one. And my private life is also going splendidly. I married Madeline, and after leaving my home, we built a house and are living together now. Our jobs keep us pretty busy all week round. But Madeline, my angel, doesn't mind that.
Hey, honey. I went to my gynecologist today and...
Wait, for real? It seems our life together will be coming to an end soon.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.